So hello everybody, welcome back. I hope that you like this type of series and videos, and I hope that they are helpful somehow. And yes, they might be redundant, but what do you want me to tell you? Sometimes I have to state the obvious because people forget or people don't care or people just miss this because it is obvious. So having said that, then grab your coffee and your notebook because you're going to need it. Also, maybe grab your credit card or debit card or something like this because you might need to go shopping. So, having said that, then if you wanted to share a coffee with me while you're at it, links for that down below. And if you wanted to take a look at my books, I have a couple that are specific about shopping. And I explain everything by category, by area, by everything. And, I go into very detailed situations in which you need to pick things properly. Because shopping is going to be one of those things that people need to do all the time. And it is one of those things that if you screw it up, you will lose money, time, resources, and you are, also going to be kind of stressed out. Shopping is not going to be fun anymore. So, having said all of that, then I have mentioned before in a lot of videos that there are things that will disappear in waves, meaning things that people buy every day or every week. They are products that usually will disappear in the first wave. So for example, if you consider all the time, your daily products like coffee, sugar, milk, bread, and things like this, those are first wave kind of things. So once they're gone, but they will be back because people need them every day. Now, there is a secondary, a tertiary wave, which is kind of like things that people need but not that frequently. And, they will be like ibuprofen. I mean, it's not like you're going to go and buy, a package of 100 ibuprofen daily. However, you will consume these things kind of frequently. So a lot of medicines and a lot of things that, are important, but you can wait until next week to buy it. They belong to the secondary and tertiary wave. Now, if products go into the secondary and tertiary wave, then some of them, let's say half, will just never be back. Meaning, you are not, once they disappear from the market, that's it. They are not coming back. The reason being, it's because the market might be too small. And it's not like you're going to produce something and during inflation or a scarcity thing or situations, you're going to wait 2 weeks for people to show up and buy it. This just doesn't work. Because if you paid for something and you gotta pay the supplier, let's say that, I'm Walmart. And so I am buying from, company BC. So company BC brings me the products and they tell me to pay them this week. If I'm going to sell them next week because the average customers buys this every other week and something like this, then I have to basically stay with this product for 2 weeks while I am paying the money to the supplier, and by the time I get the money from the client, it's not worth it. So that is going to be a problem with everything that you buy. Everything that you buy that it is not in the first wave, then it might disappear. Or it will be very difficult to find. Period. Reason being, the companies will not buy them anymore. Reason being, well, I'm not going to, if my money is losing its value in a daily basis, I'm not going to wait with something that, is on the shelves for 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. I just can't. Period. Because I need the money today and I need to pay the suppliers and everything else. So if I don't sell everything weekly, then I'm just, meaning I'm going to put all my money on the bread and milk and coffee and things that I know I'm going to sell today. Because that way I can pay the supplier and I can still, move the money away. And this is going to become a problem with banks. This is going to become a problem with everything. And I have mentioned this in the books and I have also mentioned this in... I'm trying to explain this whole situation because people don't get it. People think, it's easy, just buy and sell. No, because time is what is wrong here. time. And if you don't play the time right, then you're just going to be screwed. Now, in countries, Latin countries, in African countries, and in certain Asian, not all Asian countries, but a lot of Asian countries, they don't manage time the same way that Europeans or US people do it. Meaning, let's say that you have a store that sells clothing, and you have one in a Latin country and you have one in a US country. So let's say that you have the 4 seasons. So you have clothing that is for summer, spring, winter and autumn, or whatever, So you have different kinds of clothing. So you have 4 types in each store, given the fact that, all things are equal, as in the clothing, the price, and everything else. It's just the location is the only thing that is going to be different. And so here's what's happened. If I don't sell the summer clothing because summer is over and now it's winter, obviously it's going to be autumn, but let's say it's winter because I want you to see the difference. So I have a lot of summer clothing, but right now is winter. Both of the stores. So here's what happens. The US people will think, yeah, we're losing money, so let's just cut everything, sell everything, 20% off, 40% off, 70% off, I don't care, get out of here. Because I need to bring the winter's clothing. I need to bring the winter clothing, period, because it's winter. Why would people buy the summer clothing if it is winter? It's cold outside. So I need to sell the jackets and I need to sell these things. So I need the space. So get out. I don't care. Just sell it. Get out of it. The period. Seriously, just get it out. That is a US mentality. Now, by the way, they are right. And the reason is that companies understand that they have to pay suppliers today. They also have to pay insurance and, all kinds of expenses today. They don't care about anything else. They care, okay, it's my money, I needed to move it now, period, go away. That is how, that's why, the US economy is always moving and it is always, on check. That is also why if you were through a situation like hyperinflation, it will not be as horrible, and it is in other in Latin countries or Asian countries or African countries that do not apply this kind of sense. The reason being, you got a lot of suppliers and you got a lot of movement, and you already understand, as a company, you already understand this idea. Now, your clients, however, they do not get it, but they are happy to pay. They are happy to pay 70% off in your clothing. Because, you have, I don't care if it is winter, I can get the clothing for next year. And things like this, Now, this kind of mentality, it will play good in the first wave of scarcity, for everybody in the US or Europeans. However, in the second wave, it will play completely against you. Completely, because if you are a US person and you are in winter and you are in need of a jacket, but jackets are too expensive, and you're thinking, okay, I can't afford this, but if I wait until summer, I can buy the jacket for next year. So people will start planning for next year, and they will not care about fashion next year. Reason being, well, I can't afford food right now. What do you think I'm going to do? Do you think I care about how I will look like next year? I don't know if I'm going to be alive next year, let alone, look cool next year. So I don't care if next year, right now I'm facing the, monster zombies and whatever. I'm going to, if next year, there comes the other wave of aliens, then I don't care. I will deal with that later. Right now, I'm going to buy whatever I can to store. And so in the secondary wave, meaning when people realize all of these topics and all of these things, this will play against you in the stores, because people will not buy anything based upon the season, but based upon what they can do right now. And this means that they will go only to the stores that have 70% off, and then they will clear all of the summer clothing when it is winter. And they will clear all of the things, and then by the time that the stores realize that, they can't sell the jackets on winter at this price because people will not buy them, despite the fact that people need them, they will have to change their strategies, and they will have to pick ideas. And most of the ideas will probably come from Latin stores, because Latin people do not buy and do not do things the same way that the US people or the European people do it. And so that is because the purchasing power, is different. You see, Latin people go, yeah, we need it, it's cool, we buy it, period. However, Europeans or even US people or maybe even Japanese people, they will go kind of like, is it fashionable? Yes? Then we're buying it. If it's not fashionable, no, we're not buying it. Period. I don't care. That was last year's design. I'm not buying that. It's horrible. And all of the parents and all of the people, are kind of like, no, that is so old. I'm not wearing that. And then you're going to have fights. And you will fight your entire family because of that. Latin people will go, oh, this looks good on me. I don't care if it is fashionable or not, because I'm me and I'm beautiful. Especially if you come for places like Venezuela, Colombia, or Central America, where people just care about looking whatever, and they do not care so much about fashion, but rather how it looks on you as a person. And so it's going to be a huge impact. In terms of culture for shopping and things like this, and in terms of pricing. So you gotta understand this one, because it's going to affect your budget like you have no clue whatsoever. Seriously, it's just insane. To the point in which, clothing right now in my country, it was horrible, because it was one of those things that people, it disappeared after the third or fourth wave, and now it's coming back. But now that it is coming back, the stores are kind of like in the same way that US people have the mentality of that, because they are franchises that come from the United States and Europeans. And now they are probably, realizing that, okay, we're screwed, because we gotta sell the clothing in $5 or $10, because, yeah, I'm sorry. Seriously, I'm sorry. The people that had a little bit of money because they were kind of rich or whatever, they stock on clothing and things like this. And it's not like you're going to change jeans every 6 months just because, it is on fashion. That doesn't work when you're in hard times. Fashion just is out of the window. And in fact, a lot of things will change through your hard times, because now you're not going to be thinking, is it fashionable? Now you're going to be thinking, is it useful? And the second part is it easy to clean? You see, if you don't change, you will know for certain that you come from hard times, and that you have a Latin or an African kind of culture in these aspects, because people will think, is this useful? I don't care if it is the most pretty thing. If I have to wash it myself because I don't have, servants that will clean these things, and I'm not going to pay for a dry cleaner or whatever, then is it washable? Is it, is it easy to clean? Is it, is it useful? And is it durable? And you are going to be kind of like demanding, and at the same time not so demanding, because sometimes you will pay $2 for something that it will break next week, but you already know that it will break next week. So you already know that you're just kind of solving an injury by you putting a band-aid on it. You need stitches, and you know that you need stitches, but you have the time to buy later, to buy better. And so shopping, I have a reproduction list about shopping. You need to understand that shopping is a process, and it will depend upon people's ability to handle the products, handle their preferences, and handle their money. And these three things are usually fighting one top of another one. Meaning, I don't like this product, but it's the only one that I can get, so I have no choice. The other one will be, yeah, I need to buy that, but I can't afford it, and so I will get the other product because I can't afford this one, and therefore, I'm kind of pissed, but what am I going to do? And then the other one is, I have the money, but I hate this product and I don't need it and I don't want to buy it, but I have to buy it. And so these three things are going to be in conflict. And then when you're in hard times, it's going to become even worse. And so this whole process, you need to try to understand how it works. And so now you gotta do your shopping list and your prepping list and everything like the way that novels used to do it, 200 years ago or something like this. You gotta understand that the shopping list is not going to go the same way that you do it right now. Right now, we have the convenience of everything. So all you need to do is write down this, yeah, that's it. You can even get it online and you don't care. But that is not, throughout hard times, that is just not happening. Not happening, period. Because there is no internet, or there is no way that things can be delivered to you, or there is no power, whatever it is, that's not happening. And so now you gotta change the way that you do the shopping list, and you gotta go back to either being the noble, the aristocrat, meaning you have the money but you don't know how to shop, and you go kind of like, yeah, I have money but what am I doing? And then the other one is, the novels are, we have money and we are going to be smart about money. We are going to be lavish, yes, but not to the point in which we are going to create a problem for us and for ourselves later and things like this. So we gotta, think medium term, long term, and show power towards relationships and things like this. So shopping is a process that goes towards improving that. Aristocrats, on the other hand, they kind of like, I have money, so what do? Do I buy this? Do I party? Do I do this? Do I do that? Meaning the mentality is not there yet. If you don't have a plan, you don't know what you're going to do with the shopping process, but you do have the money. And now the commoners are kind of like, yeah, I have no money, and I have a lot of these, and so, oh God, why do I have to shop again? Seriously, why? No, shopping is a hell. So, it's kind of like that. So you gotta pick each one of these three markets or ideas. They will have their own kind of way of doing things. So I'm going to try to show you stuff by comparing all of them through different kinds of waves, as in, the frequency of people buying something and the money that is available in each wave. Because if you know that there is a disaster coming, people will spend everything on the first wave, but they will not have money for the other waves. And so no, you gotta you gotta have the surfing thing, and you gotta go through several waves, not just the first one. Because the mistake that people make is that they buy everything on the first wave, and by the time the second wave comes, they are already broke, and you are already in depression, and you are already kind of like, I want to die, kind of thing. Or what am I going to do? I am so like puzzled, and I can't even move, I can't even think, I don't know what to buy first, and I'm panicking, and you will start, redoing your entire house, and you will go crazy by the time you go to the second wave, which is 10 days, by the way. People think it's 3 days. No, it's actually 10 days. So roughly, it's between 1 week and 10 days, by the way. And if you wanted to know. And generally speaking, of course, not everything. But let's see. So, having said that, then the way that you want to do your shopping, I have mentioned this in the books. Again, you do a shopping list. Your old shopping list. Don't throw it away. Just because it's not worth it doesn't mean that you should throw it away, because everything that you do, it will create an experience, and it will also help you organize yourself later. Because, the way that you used to do things is the way that your mind is focusing in that attention. So all you have to do is change the way that you look at it, but that does not mean that you're not going to get out of that focus. You need to buy the same things. It's just that now you gotta organize them better. And at this point, a lot of men will go try to organize things by categories. And they will do simple categories. Men will go very simple about it, kind of like we gotta get rid of the fuel problems. Yeah, by the way, simple is not bad, but it's just that you are. I have a video. By the way, that video got like several dislikes and people hated it. I'm guessing it's because I am so sarcastic that people think I'm mean, or people might even think that I'm evil, or I'm I don't know, I'm against men or something like this. But if you take a look at any of my videos, you will know that I absolutely love men. So please don't get me wrong. Men will try to fix this problem. By the way, men will try to fix this before women even realize that it is bad times. Reason being, well, you have a husband and your husband doesn't want to tell you, oh, we're going to be broke next year, or we're going to be broke very soon, and we're probably going to end up in a divorce, and we're going to fight for the kids and all of these things. So no, men do not want to face any of these things. Men will try to fix it. So the way that they will try to fix it is by being simple. And when you're dealing with systems and when you're dealing with things that are interconnected, there is no way that you can do it simple. This just doesn't happen. Period. It's a crazy territory. And whenever you are dealing with craziness, you are crazy. You are dealing with women's territory. Seriously. You are dealing with simple. You are dealing with men's territory, meaning men are going to be, rulers in this area. However, shopping, yeah, seriously, men are just going to miss so many things because they're thinking simple. You're thinking, yes, we can deal with, we can, if it comes to bad situation, we just have to, set up a shelter in the middle of the woods. No. For a woman, it will be like, no, we gotta go with the camping tent, we gotta go do this, and 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 that. So no. Women will go, no. Men will say, we need, like I said, there is a video from a guy that, I think the name is Survival something. I can't remember, but it is in my channel, the video. And, he has 9 points about how to do shopping and how to prepare by areas. 9. And those 9, I turned it into 17. Reason being, for example, when he wanted to talk about fuel, he said it as in one category. And I said, from experience, that is not one category. Fuel is not one category. And if you take a look at the videos that I have about fuel, you will understand that fuel is propane. The propane problems not even close to the problems that you will get trying to get gasoline. And gasoline, as in diesel and gasoline for your car and things like that, that is fuel, but it is another category entirely altogether, because that is also going to be a madness situation. And then, you have the other fuel, which is, wood and all kinds of things for cooking and all kinds of things that are important, including but not limited to electricity, because sometimes electricity is related to the fuel problem or the power problem, because, you might need fuel for the generator in order for you to get electricity. And so that means that they are all connected, but you are not going to get them in the same place. And if you have one person dealing with these 3 problems, yeah, I'm sorry, that's not happening. Because that person cannot divide itself. You cannot go into, a line that can be 2 weeks to try to get gasoline for the car, while you're also trying to make a line for trying to get the propane, which can be, 3 days straight in front of whatever place, the truck is going to set up in the plaza or something like this, so that you can get the propane. So it's either you deal with the problem of propane or you deal with the problem of the gasoline. You cannot deal with both. And so, all of these things are going to talk to play a role into how you do shopping and how you deal with the scarcity. And so it's very, very, very important that you understand, where do you want to stand? Do you want to stand with the nobles, as in, do you want to buy things and do you want to maintain certain kind of a status, but at the same time, you are expecting things to get kind of better, and you're expecting all of your friends to stay with you, because that is the other problem. Nobles are kind of like, yeah, everybody is the same boat. It's kind of like, we are all going to be rich despite the fact that we are going through hell. That's kind of like the mentality that the nobles and the aristocrats will have. However, the commoners don't have that. The commoners go, yeah, I don't care if people leave or stay or whatever. I own my own. People go, yeah, if I don't buy the bread today, I'm dead. So I don't care about anybody else. The nobles will go, yeah, we gotta help this person, but at the same time, we gotta prepare for making new contracts. We gotta make new friends abroad. We gotta make this or that, and we gotta maintain our status and our power, and we gotta do this and this and this and that. So do you have that mentality, or do you have the commoner's mentality, or do you have the aristocrat mentality? Meaning, okay, so I have a lot of money, and I'm going to be broke tomorrow if I don't do something with this money, and what do I invest it in, and how am I going to make more money? Meaning you have like a merchant kind of idea. And if you have like a merchant kind of idea, you have to understand that all of your money and all of the merchandise is going to, you pay $10, but tomorrow is going to be $1, so you are basically broke. If you are in the middle, you will be broke within within 3 days. You will be broke. Seriously, you will be broke because now you gotta pay all of the bills, you gotta pay extra taxes, you gotta pay with, you gotta deal with bribings, you gotta deal with a lot of things that are hidden that you didn't need it before. The market is going to change because now everybody will not buy the things that you're selling, and it will be, your priority is going to be kind of like, how do I move my money, and how do I survive this by multiplying the assets that I have. And it's going to be like a thing. So which one of the three of them are you? Most of the times you will be a mixture of the three. Some things, especially if you're a woman, and you have friends, and you do not want your friends to leave, and you do not want your friends and all your support system to leave, because once your support system leaves, you are going to follow that system. So if you are a woman and you have 3 brothers or 3 sisters or whatever, and they all decide, okay, this country sucks, so let's all move out to the United States. And then you go kind of like, no, but I don't want to. Yeah, well, then you're on your own. And so, if you are the noble part in me, in this part, yeah, you are definitely, going to be extremely pressured to leave. Seriously, just leave, because the system and the power and the people are going to follow the money and things like this, and so basically you're out. If you stay, you are going to be on your own, and you're going to lose all of the systems that are for shopping, supporting, and everything. Because if you were shopping before, according to fashion and according to your status and things like this, and now there is no money, then you are not buying and you're not doing anything by your status anymore, and you're no longer important. And so your money, it will be kind of like, yeah, you just became an aristocrat all of a sudden. And if you become an aristocrat, now your lifestyle will have to change, and you will have to adapt to new markets and new everything to try to get your shopping straight and your own personal life straight. And you will have absolutely no servants whatsoever to try to help you out. And by servants, I mean the automatic servants that we have. Because we do have servants. Everybody has a servant. Meaning, you don't need to go and fetch water in a river, right? If you do not need to go out and get water in a river, on a lake, or a nearby thing, and then you can get water through the pipe, you have a servant. Because you are paying for the bill for the water services. That means that there are people that are serving you the water. But during hard times, those servants will no longer be there. So now you gotta figure out how you're going to get your water, how you're going to get your power, how you're going to get your food, how you're going to get your transportation, how you're going to get absolutely everything, because the servants will be gone. And therefore the nobility will be, oh, no, I'm paying. I'm not dealing with carrying buckets of water. I'm not dealing with, carrying these. I'm not dealing with, no, and no. I will rather pay. I need to focus on other stuff that is more important. And this kind of mentality is because your shopping is not just you buying products, it's also you paying services. And so it's important that you understand all of these things, because they will make a huge difference. And so, let's see, half an hour. So, no, let's leave it up to here. I will make a secondary video about the shopping list update, which has to do with the secondary wave. I'm not going to do primary wave. I'm going to do secondary, tertiary, and fourth wave. Mostly because the first wave is already in a lot of the other videos. Now, having said all of that, then thank you for staying tuned. See you again soon.